And we're live.
What if, you see, this could be a good movie, like, right? Like, what if he does this, he's out all night, leaves the door unlocked. While he's gone, his whole family's murdered.
Oh my God. And then you have no alibi because
Yeah. He left the door unlocked.
Is it his fault for leaving the door unlocked, or did he save himself by not being there?
No, it was
look at this premise we got going on.
No, it was the not locked door bandit who only murders people whose doors are not locked.
You're just trying to pin this.
No, let me look that up. Kyle's telling the truth.
There's definitely a serial killer, and his thing was like, they're like, "How'd you pick your victims?" Like, "Oh, I just tried the door. If it was unlocked, I figured, you know, they wouldn't mind."
I've told this story too many times.
His name was Richard Chase, and Chase later told detectives that he took locked doors as a sign that he was not welcome, but unlocked doors were an invitation to come inside.
Oh wait, I remember this thing. Yeah.
Yep.
This is a real thing?
This is a real guy. He killed 6 people in the 70s. Yeah. Damn. The Dracula Killer. Not a good-looking man.
This wasn't the guy that just got caught, was it? The long unsolved mystery one?
No, this guy killed himself in 1980 with overdose before he got caught, I guess.
What was his forte? What did he enjoy?
Richard Trenton Chase was an American serial killer who killed 6 people in the span of a month in Sacramento, California. He was nicknamed the Vampire of Sacramento because he drank his victims' blood and cannibalized their remains.
You know, they don't even cook it, do they? They just kind of eat it.
Yeah. And under motives, it's funny because they put blood-drinking necrophilia and schizophrenia. Like schizophrenia was a motive.
I mean,
I mean, to a crazy person, that must make sense, though. Where they're like, locked? Well, no, they don't want anybody coming in. Oh, unlocked. Well, if they didn't want someone to come in, they would have locked it, surely. Well,
I definitely want to get their organs eaten.
This is like vampire logic, right? Except they just, they get invited in one time and they assume that for the rest of time it's cool. It seems related.
I don't think that's how it works.
This is like a Passover logic.
That's what I learned from
blood.
From True Blood.
Yes.
True Blood, yeah.
But in True Blood, they had like long permission, right? It was like they were boyfriend girlfriends. So it was like, now you have permission to come in anytime. But it seemed like a less familiar vampire had to ask each and every time. And that's the way it seemed. Because occasionally she'd let Eric in, but not often.
Okay, yeah.
And Eric would really get after it.
Kyle has a knack for remembering movie and TV details. So
yeah, he really does.
True Blood's great, man. Dude, and until you get to like the 4th season or so.
My memory of True Blood is stained by school. Like when True Blood was out, I was earning a master's degree, and I desperately wanted to watch it. But it was a period in my life where devoting even like an hour to something other than school or work was like a real downs. I don't know.
I had the DVDs and I started watching like probably like 3 or 4 years in, but I binged it all and I really liked it. I like True Blood. I think it's a really cool like world building thing they do where like they explain why there are vampires and how like they're in this like renaissance of vampires coming out of the coffin, as they call it.
I was very interested in that. Like the draw of it was very powerful to me, mostly because of the universe. I love it when they build a universe like that, but I didn't have the time until later.
Yeah, there's a lot of naked vampires too, which I'm a fan of.
Always a fan. Always a fan.
Naked vampire sex, by the way, definitely requires lubricant.
Because
and their dicks can't even get hard because their dicks can't even get hard. There's no blood.
That's why they drink blood. It's like
they're nothing but
Viagra.
Blood, so
they chug blood and then they fuck.
It seemed like they didn't have any problem like that, but they fucked at the speed of light. They literally fucked so fast that it was a blur, and the chicks were always like, ah!
They really liked it.
Some dudes like literally fucking them at 400 RPMs or something like that. Like it's literally so fast his body becomes a blur. And
is it like primitive technology where the guy's right about to get the fire?
Kyle's right.
Exactly.
But there was another thing. One of the vampires was a virgin when she became a vampire. And she was like real Puritan and religious and such. But then when she became a vampire, she got a little bit naughty. Well, the thing is, every time she had sex, it would heal back up. Like, that's because vampires do that. So she was...
What do you mean heal back up?
Like her hymen would return, and it would be her first time every time.
Hell yeah.
for
Not for her.
No, she was not a fan of this situation. She made her very upset.
That's her. That's not me. I'm a fan of the situation.
Unless she starts saying no, but yeah.
She is a vampire. She could.
No,
just
she
eat.
gets to live forever. She can deal.
That's a long life with virgin sex.
Yeah, but like after 500 years of life, do you think you're still like, hell yeah, sex? That's dope. Like every once in a while maybe, but mostly you'll be wanting to do like crazy shit because by that time, like that length of life, you'll be like running an empire or building something, like puppeteering humans against each other. Like I feel like your interest would get way more fucked the longer you're alive.
Powerful people, if I learned anything from the news, continue to have an interest in sex for a long time. It's just like once money stops becoming a barrier to getting cool stuff, you want stuff that's hard to acquire, harder to acquire than just buying.
That first century, probably all eyes wide shut parties, just like crazy shit. But then after, are you guys on the page of like after a little while you're gonna want to do like more conquest and conquering and like making the world in your own image kind of stuff?
We'll just make the sex weirder.
That'll
last for several hundred years.
Okay, Kyle. At the end of year 300, when you've exhausted everything, you've even started. You've used every sex swing on Earth, and you've also invented a couple of your own. But you're at your wit's limit for new
Dead goat
tactics.
stories have become passé.
Yeah. Then do you decide? You know what? I'm gonna take over Transylvania, and I'm gonna work out from my core area. I'm gonna dominate the world. No.
Nah. I mean, they in that show they had sort of kingships sort of quarantined off, and there were kings of each state or queens. So they at some point they deal with the Queen of Louisiana. So that'd be cool, I guess, to be the king of Louisiana.
No. In that show, my understanding, I haven't watched it. It's like the Queen of Louisiana, but if you go to like a Denny's there and mention the Queen of Louisiana, they're like, you mean the governor? Are you retarded? Like, no.
Well, the vampires know.
I know, but I'm talking about power that the humans would know. Like, you exercise that power. Like, eventually you just want to conquer shit. Do they do that in that show, or are they like just playing their own little games of like, the Archduke of Mississippi? Oh, of course, sir. Like, it's like nobody knows who the fuck you are, loser.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Not even verified, kid.
You need to be a little careful about that's funny about messing with the humans because they vastly outnumber you. You want to stay off their radar.
But do you?
You're pretty vulnerable with the no sunlight thing. There's a lot of sunlight in the world.
You could proliferate your vampirism very quickly, though, if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm. But the new vampires are like just getting used to their powers, and they're kind of useless a lot of the times. Like you'd have to bite like a secret agent or something to effectively have like a soldier.
They're useless as a soldier, I'll admit. But you also take them from their team and put them in your, batter up.
Yeah, it would all be a tactical thing. So let's say there's a Jorge Cortez is leading the charge against vampirism. We're not going to let them come and take us and everything. In the night, you sneak in and turn him into a vampire. You make very tactical moves. At night, the world is your domain. You can do whatever you want. Anyone who opposes you, you fly in as a bat, do vampire things. I don't know their powers in this show, but you do them.
Yeah.
You have to get invited into the house. It's harder than you're making it out to be.
Okay, I'll wait for them to leave.
But you can like hypnotize them, and you can be like, invite me in, and they'll be like, all right.
I feel like it's a really weird stopgap. Is like I can do almost everything. I can live forever, but I just physically cannot enter your home without an invite. Why
are we staying in?
It would be too powerful if they could just walk right in, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody made
True Blood's good. Yeah, I like True Blood. It gets a little crazy toward the end with fairies and werewolves and were-panthers and just lots of titties. But the first few seasons are quite good, I think. I liked it.
You can bite animals and turn them into vampires, and then they're on your team?
No. No, but a were-panther is a person who turns into a panther rather than a wolf.
Oh.
Oh, that
Are
sucks.
guys were-panthers, or is that like a girl thing? Okay.
Or the guys turn into werewolves and the girls turn into were-panthers.
It somehow made sense to me. They were like were-pussies.
No, it seemed like they were having a lot of crazy like orgies where sometimes they'd be wolves and sometimes they wouldn't. So they're like fucking the chick's as the wolf, and then they're fucking the the chicks want they're a human, but the chick's a wolf, and doing all kinds of crazy orgies.
This is why HBO is outstanding, right? You don't see ABC trying that shit. This is why. What is the space show I watch? Expanse. Now that's going on Amazon, and all the rules are off. It's going to be better. It's already good. Yeah, it's pretty good.